Hey, what's up, Denver? The second most important thing in Denver today is Small Business Saturday. It is November 26th at 1:06 p.m., and we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. And as we know, following Thanksgiving, we've got Black Friday, we've got Cyber Monday, but most important to Denver is Small Business Saturday, an opportunity to go support the folks that keep our little townships lively. And that's what's important to me. I'm gonna give a shout out to my favorite, which is Farrell, over on Tennyson. They've got a bunch of amazing outdoor stuff, and especially they kind of feature secondhand goods. I can't tell you how many backpacks I've gotten down there. They keep me well equipped. So yeah, as you're planning your holiday shopping, save your cash, skip the Amazon purchase, put a dagger in your Nordstrom rack order, and go down to some small township in your city, um, and supports Small Business Saturday. Now, the first most important thing today is Nikola Tesla's tenure in Colorado Springs is coming to the newsletter. You guys, I have prepared a doozy, I believe. So,
Wow.
so we were talking about doing a feature on Denver's billionaires.
hmm
And man, after doing a little bit of research, there's a couple, but I think we can do better. And so last week we are talking about Colorado Springs or I'm sorry, Nikola Tesla in Colorado Springs, and I found a bunch of really cool information. He was only there for 7 months, and oddly enough, his um his workshop is blurred out on Google Maps.
Really?
Yeah, which just adds to the intrigue. They say there's nothing there but like a sign marker, but I'm like, why would they blur it out?
Is it a is it like an address or is it like coordinates?
It's an address. It's a direct. So there's a place there. Maybe whoever's there is just tired of weirdos like me knocking on their door.
hmm
I don't know. Maybe your hair stands on end. Maybe it intentionally. Maybe it blurs the camera. Maybe that was Tesla's last thing.
hmm
Some kind
Wow.
of camera blurring technology. But one of the things I uncovered was that he got signals from outer space, potentially aliens, UAPs, while he was in Colorado Springs. You
What
know,
uh, what what year did he live there? The 1800s? Like late 1800s?
yeah, let me pull up the proper dates. Um, boop ba doop boop boo. May 1899 to early 1900
Okay.
was when he was down there. And now you have to take some of this with a grain of salt because you look into the genius of Nikola Tesla and it's endless, but also the madness. It's there. Later in life, I believe his best friend was a group of pigeons that he was communicating with. Um,
Nice.
so I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying, I haven't had an intimate connection with a pigeon before.
Yeah. I wonder if that plays into the lore of like, like what is that people talk about like how the government birds are watching us. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, birds aren't real.
Yeah, that's what it is. The birds aren't real movement. Wonder if there's any connection there.
Could be. He could be early on that.
Mhm.
The kind of angle I'm taking on this story too, as I was kind of doing some research, is kind of interesting because we're kind of heading towards free energy. That seems to be the trajectory, maybe the next 20 to 50 years, kind of pushed by what's going on in AI, just because of the vast energy resources needed to power it. So they're going to have to do something. We talked about on the podcast how Microsoft reopened 3 Mile Island nuclear reactors. So they're popping up all these nuclear reactors. So, the cost benefit analysis on AI remains to be seen, but probably what's going to happen is dirt cheap or free energy, which could be amazing. And what's really interesting is that was really what Tesla was on the forefront of 150 years ago. So, you have this like kind of interesting dichotomy between Nikola Tesla and Elon. And both of them are obviously in the electric space. Of course, Elon, has owns Tesla, the CEO of Tesla, his namesake. And, Elon famously opened up their battery technology so that everybody else can contribute to it. So there's a spirit of Tesla's, um, you know, uh, beneficent, I don't know if that's a word, or goodness towards mankind, where he's like, dude, power should be free, you know? Um, Now the difference is that attitude may have destroyed Tesla. And, there's a famous war between Tesla and Edison, largely because Edison was a true capitalist. And he's like, hey, let's put meters on this.
Hmm.
This is a revenue source forever. And so Tesla, after Colorado Springs, he really left Colorado Springs penniless and never regained, and was never able to raise any cash. What he did in Colorado Springs for almost dirt cheap, like $30,000, it's probably be $1 million to today's standards. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable, you know,
it's crazy.
but he refused to kind of like quantify it with cash. Whereas, so he wasn't able to raise money. So a lot of his technology never fully materialized. Whereas you have Elon on the other side, and this dude might be the most incredible fundraiser of all time. Dude
Right.
is not strapped for cash and is able to bring
Oh,
his technology to the forefront. So
yeah. That sounds like an exciting read. I'm excited to check it out. Yeah, Tesla was he was a pioneer of just the true advancement of science, and he was not interested in the profit.
yeah,
Excited to check that out.
cool. I mean, everybody loves Tesla, but if you guys want to read this article, I'm putting it in the newsletter. You can sign up. I'm going to publish it tomorrow. So you can sign up at realgooddenver.com. And additionally, I'm putting a bunch of resources there. A lot of the resources that we use to pull events for, I'm just going to list them there. I'm going to create
Mm,
the biggest Denver culture and events resource that has ever existed. So definitely check it out, realgooddenver.com.
nice.
Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into What's Good Denver, a weekly celebration of culture and discovery. Fun stuff to do in Denver for kids, couples, singles, and old timers. I'm Ryan Estes with Tom, Thursday night special Donahue, and the Shador Sanders of podcasting, Troy Higgins. What's up, guys?
What is up?
What's up?
We're giving Tom a big pass. He's a trooper for showing up. He's got the flu.
Yeah, it's rough over here, but we'll be all right.
You're a good man,
Yeah. Good
Tom
man.
Donahue. Appreciate it.
Got to keep
So
the pod on.
keep the pot at all costs.
Yes.
Oh man. So Troy is a infamous Las Vegas Raiders fan,
Uh-huh.
and the Raiders and the Broncos squared off. And you know what? The Raiders had a tough showing, but really just the Denver Broncos are just streaking right now.
Yeah, the
What
Broncos, they look incredible. I mean, are they second in the division after the Chargers lost last night?
believe so. I think we might be tied because we're both 7-4, I want to say, with the Chargers. Also having a great season, but took the L last night.
Yeah,
But
so tied. Um, oh, it looks like the Broncos haven't had their bye week yet. That's why.
okay.
Yeah, so after the Broncos have their bye week, that might shake out differently. But yeah, 4-3 in the last seven. One of those losses was that Chiefs fluky blocked field goal. So technically, I mean, in my eyes, the Broncos won that game, but they've just been on fire. Um, Bo Nix is the second favorite to win Rookie of the Year, I think, uh, behind Jaden Daniels by a slim margin. So if anyone's a gambling, for any of those gambling folks out there, that might not be a bad bet.
Yeah.
Um, he's got decent odds right now behind second favorite behind Jaden Daniels. It's actually very close according to Vegas odds right now. So Bo Nix, if they keep winning, he might win Rookie of the Year. The Broncos
Yeah.
are on fire right now. Cortland Sutton's on fire. So
Yeah.
it's awesome to see.
They look great. Jaden Daniels is having a great year too. But it's interesting because both teams have just stud defenses right now. The D line for the Broncos, the linebacker core for the football team. And I think if the D line keeps playing like this, it puts Bo Nix in just a great position, where he doesn't have to do miraculous things. He can run the offense and know that the D will get him the ball back.
He's
It's
just
sick.
he's just doing all the right things right now. He started off the season really shaky. I think he didn't throw a touchdown for the first three weeks. But he's just like if you watch him play, he doesn't look like a rookie. He looks composed. He's making the right reads, the right decisions. He's just leading the offense. Sean Payton and him just have this synergy, and it's special. It's awesome to see. especially since the Broncos were anticipated beginning of the season to not be very good at all. So they proved everyone wrong. Um,
Totally. It's so excited. I'm excited for the Raiders too. We talked about this a little bit. Them losing, there's a chance that the Raiders get Shador and Dion next year.
I'm all in. I'm
Yeah.
all. I would love that. At this point, we're starting Aiden O'Connell on Friday against the Chiefs. So yeah, like just we don't need to win any more games. I'm totally fine with that. Like,
Dude, I,
yeah,
I would hate to see Dion leave the Buffs. I really would. It would be terrible. It's just such a fun season. Tough loss to the Jayhawks, but to see him and Shador stay together and what Dion could do in the NFL would be awesome. And I just think the Raiders would be a perfect spot for them.
it would. I'm sure that would hurt go playing against division rival as a Denver Broncos fan, but at least it's not the Chiefs. So at least they're not the Chiefs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I don't want to see him going to like Carolina or something. It's like, dude, the
Oh,
Raiders would be sick. And
yeah.
my allegiances have always been Broncos, AFC West, the rest of the NFL,
Hmm.
except for the Chiefs. We put them on the bottom.
Yeah.
But, I got love for the Raiders, man. I do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to get a sweet spot for the Broncos after this season because they are really killing it.
Yeah. Great running game. Super fun to watch, man. It's
Mm.
so cool.
To-
It's like this is the most optimistic. I'm not going to jinx it, but this is the most optimistic I've been about the Broncos in some time. Where
Good reason. Good
that
reason.
yeah, that Denver Broncos football, strong defense, shut down in the corner position, and then and a running game and a quarterback that can execute. So fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. We'll see. We'll see if they're in the wild card hunt. They might be there in a few weeks. We'll see.
Yeah. While we're talking trash, Buffs terrible loss to the Jayhawks. I don't know what that was about. Their defense looked terrible, and then the Nuggets got completely dismantled by the Knicks last night. I don't know if you had the terrible pleasure to watch that.
I didn't see the Nuggets game last night. I have seen that Russell Westbrook's been playing well, though,
Yeah,
which is a huge positive. Like they need that extra lift right now. He's coming off the bench still, right?
yeah, he is,
Yeah,
and just like bringing that like massive spark of energy, and he drilled like three threes in a row last night. He was playing hard, but they're not looking good, man. They're just putting too much pressure on big man,
hmm.
and I don't know. We'll work it out. I mean, the on a positive note, they did debut their what are they the new Denver uniforms, and they look super crispy. Ooh, I like them.
I haven't seen those yet. Let's see what
Yeah,
the
they're dope, man. My wife, Mrs. Estes, was she's getting a little burnt out with the whole 5280 thing, and
hmm.
I gotta agree. It looks good when you got Denver on the chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rep Denver 5280. We can be done with that. We need to keep reminding everybody, hey, we're at altitude. So what? Come on.
What color are the new jerseys that they're
They're
wearing?
they're all white. And
With
then they have like on the sides, they got this like kind of like rainbow predator looking ultraviolet thing going on.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing these. These are cool. Well, they do have a giant 5280 on the front.
I know.
Yeah.
Why not Denver? It's like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah, yeah, 5280. It's like, I get it. We're doing all these cute little nicknames and whatever, but let's bring it back. Denver looks nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the 5280 and then the jersey number right below it. Too many numbers going on.
Yeah, it's way too many numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But, we got a long season ahead of us. Jamal's going to turn the corner. He was actually bringing the heat in the post game interview last night. And he called out some people. He's like, "Hey, we played in LA and had a great game. They smoked the Lakers. Poor Lakers cannot beat the Nuggets."
No.
But he he was like, "Some of the guys live in LA, and this is what happens when we don't lock in." I was like, "Ooh,
Ooh. Ooh.
Jamal's getting salty."
Feist-
So,
Feisty.
yeah. Nice, man. All right, couple of news updates. Actually, before we get to that, I want to check with you guys, and Tom, feel free to sit this one out. But should we do the weather?
Why not?
I mean, we don't have the Red Rock schedule, but we could do snow conditions. We could report on where the pow pow is.
Yeah,
Why not? Yeah, that sounds. I mean, I'm interested in that.
snow conditions could be cool.
Yeah, I thought that would be a cool segment too. Basically, we're just turning this into local news show.
Yeah, we
Hmm.
can do traffic updates,
Eye in the sky with Troy Higgins.
local
Yeah,
structure fires. We can do anything.
absolutely. It's definitely gonna snow this week.
Yeah, supposed to be getting some snow. I heard like 28 inches in the high country.
Yeah, over 2 feet in most mountains. It seems like.
Nice. All right, Tom, you're on snow conditions in lieu of a Red Rock schedule. You cool with that?
Got it. Yep, that's cool with me.
Cool. We'll see if we can organize it because that's the other thing is we got to figure out where we're going to get the good runs in.
Yeah, next week we'll get some good detail, but for this week, just know it's gonna snow.
Totally. Um, while we're talking trash, a couple of things came up in our Denver. I'm also going to link that at realgooddenver.com so people can be up to breast at what's being talked about on Denver. Um, the debate between Westminster and Westminster rages on. Now, it is Westminster, but growing up here, a lot of people that live in Westminster call it Westminster. So at which point does the colloquialism take over? You know, for example, I live next to Sloan's Lake. It's actually Sloan Lake, but because everyone called it Sloan's Lake, they changed the signage. They changed everything. It just became Sloan's Lake because nobody said Sloan Lake. It doesn't have the same. It doesn't roll off the tongue, you know.
What is it?
So
What is it called if you like look it up on a map? Like, what is it like officially listed as?
Westminster,
Okay, and then
Westminster, but Westminster, like the minister from the West. I mean, when you're in kindergarten, you don't know what Westminster is. That's too English.
so the locals pronounce it Westminster.
It's a mix. It's almost like everybody has a time when they say Westminster, and then somebody else is like, "Yeah, let's go to Westminster." The very passive aggressive. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but just say it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some people are like, "Oh, dang, am I saying it wrong?" And then they change or they don't.
Mm,
So it was an interesting battle because some people take it very seriously. It's mostly kind of the grammar police, or they're like Minster. I don't know. I seem to be like kind of accepting Westminster.
right. Right.
If you're from there, I don't
Yeah.
know.
There's, yeah. There's a couple different words and places that get get mixed up like that for sure. That's interesting. All right, Westminster. I got to keep that in mind for next time.
Westminster. You'll be quietly judged if you scan that sign and say it wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Keeping in mind.
A couple other things. The Casa Bonita employees have decided to unionize,
Mm.
which I think is fascinating. I don't know if I have a strong stance on that. On one side, I'm in support of workers' rights, and I appreciate what the Scandinavians did at the birth of the industrial era in this country, unionizing against big labor.
Hmm.
On the other side, Matt and Trey did such a solid by dumping a crazy amount of cash into Casa Bonita to keep it going. You know,
Yeah, that's
so it's
interesting.
like you want to don't hurt the franchise.
Right.
You know,
I don't know how many restaurant employees I've heard of unionizing. It's interesting.
I know
Wow.
it's wild. I think it's being rooted with the performers. So it's like the divers and the actors. I think they are like leading the cause.
Okay.
It's always the talent. They're always the divas. You know what I mean?
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
The divers, they get the mariachi band on board, then they get the clown that's doing the animal balloons. Suddenly,
Hmm.
they
Oh,
got,
they have that all that in there. They have a clown that does animal balloons.
oh man, yeah, they do everything. Troy, we got it. We'll get you out here just for Casa Bonita.
All right. Is it a big place?
Yeah,
Like it's big.
it's big, man.
Okay.
It's big, especially when you're 9 years old. My gosh, just the memories I have of that place. It's much more. There wasn't all this like problems, you know. It reopened. Now you got to be on the wait list for 10 months, and you know the staff is unhappy, and like there's all this drama. It used to just be dumpy and like kind of scary. The food wasn't great, but man, it was the best place on earth. You know, and when you're a kid, you could run around, you find all these little corners and nooks and Black Bart's cave and everything.
Oh, that's cool. You've been to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride?
I don't, maybe,
Get in the
maybe.
little raft and you just go around real slowly and there's animatronic uh pirates and different things all around. I don't know why, but the pictures of Casa Bonita look like it would smell like that. Like they'd have the same smell, which is this like indoor water chlorinated kind of smell. Does it have that smell or is it like I don't know, just but the I've never been, but way the pictures look, it's like a dark artificial caves. It looks like very blue chlorinated water. I'm curious.
100%. Smells like your swim trunks in your gym bag the day after you went swimming.
Okay. All right.
That's,
Good to know.
yeah.
So my assumptions are confirmed to be true.
Yeah. And the nice thing is it's got probably 20% more humidity in the air. You know, right now, Denver is like unbelievably dry.
Mm.
It is. I mean, you could probably hear it in my voice. It's just like, oh man, yeah, it's a part-time job to drink water right now. It's so dry. So that's nice.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, shout out to them. Do Matt and Trey a solid. You know, let's all be happy so we can cherish Casa Bonita for what it is. All right. Let's do some events. Tom, you got it in here? Otherwise, I'm gonna go for it.
This time
You
around.
got it, man. You got it.
Thanks.
All right, cool. So, like I mentioned, all these events are free, and we're going to put every single free event in Denver on the website starting today, realgooddenver.com. Okay, so we've got downtown Denver Rink. You can go ice skating downtown. That's opening up at 16th and Arapahoe. We've got the Mile High Holiday Drone Show. So I like how this is listed overhead west of downtown. That's every single day through December 31st at 7 p.m. So this is more than a dozen colorful Denver and holiday themed animated displays are lighting up the night sky. 3 tribute nights will highlight the Denver Broncos on December 2nd, the Nuggies on the 25th, and the Avalanche on New Year's Eve. So these are taking place between 5:20 and 5:45. So that looks pretty sick. I mean, a dozen drones. Is this a drone show?
It doesn't.
Dozen. That's what I'm saying. I've seen what they're doing in China, dude.
Yeah,
Thousands.
doesn't.
No, no, no.
Can you? All
Dozen
right.
drones. These are Bush League numbers,
No,
Denver.
it's
Come on now.
400 drones
Where?
in the first paragraph of that page.
Oh, really? Oh, man, shoot.
I saw it the other night. It was mad drones.
Oh, was it pretty sick?
I can only see like the top third of it over the buildings downtown, but Taylor and the other people at Bow saw it and they said that it was really cool too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad. I was talking trash. 400 is a respectable amount of drones.
Yeah,
400 sounds more like a drone show.
lots of drones.
Okay.
Dude. How that's just being normalized. Yeah, 400 drones. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Totally normal. Nice. We have a bunch of Colorado holiday markets popping up all over the place. We'll have lists to those. And then, of course, Small Business Saturday. Now, Stanley Market is doing a big feature because most of those shops are kind of mom and pop shops, which is great. So, you know, this is going to be November 30th, Saturday at the Stanley Market, 10 to 8. You got pictures with Santa. You got a silent disco. You got music by the B Flatirons. I like that. That's great. Noon to 1 and the tour of trees. So I love Stanley Market. There's a couple of flagships that will get me out there every single time. Rollin' Smoke. They have the most epic, legendary barbecue sandwich known to man. Is pulled pork, bacon, and hot links. And
Whoa.
it's like 6 inches tall. It's
Whoa.
a good place for the meat sweats.
Nice. Nice. That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, it's money. We've got Santa's Little Man Ice Cream Factory Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Santa will be there. Go check that out. And then we got free comedy night at Spirit Hound Tasting Room, 32nd and Tejon. Bi-monthly free comedy night. We've got I wasn't. I put this one on here, but I wasn't going to mention it. Writing to Save Democracy. We'll promote it. We'll promote it. Do you like Colorado citizens' innovative process? Do you want to save laws and Coloradans have pushed through by petition? Join this letter writing event by Jill Karstens. Writing, that'll attract a certain kind of person.
Right. Right.
Bill writing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you write bills?
Maybe, or like protect the initiatives we've passed. Okay, this is that makes sense. This is progressive initiatives for the future. So that's what they're looking for.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Seems dry. Seems kind of a dry event. That's okay.
I mean, I'm not. It could be writing an essay about anything. I don't know if I would go to the event personally. Not a big like writer, so
Big bill writer.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like the bills that I would write would be not popular, not very high on the docket of priorities. Just
Mhm.
come out of left field
Yeah.
talking about drones. 400. I'd be like, come on, guys. We need progress on the drone front. Can we get at least 4,000? What's going on?
I think this is a class to help you learn how to write into your local representative, like write a letter to them.
Oh, nice. Is that what it is?
I think so.
That's a good idea. I've never done that. I know that's usually, there's a lot of, think globally, act locally kind of thing.
Yeah.
What about you, Troy? You ever wrote to your state representative?
I haven't. No, I have not. I wonder what like we talk about open rate. I wonder what the open rate or like is on that mail that they receive. Maybe they read it all. Who knows?
Hmm.
I wonder if it has to be like a letter. Like, do you need a quill pen?
Yeah, like a physical letter with a wax seal. I don't know.
Maybe I should. I'm willing to bet that a significant percentage, I would say at least 50%, are people completely out of their mind that are writing in to do that. I mean, one, you got to have time to do that, but also you got to feel passionate about one particular thing that like you're going to write. You're going to sit down with a paper and write a letter. I'm sure you can email.
It kind of reminds me of like Yelp in a way. People like the Yelp essays.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
know.
go somewhere, you wait 30 minutes for your food and it shows up missing something and it's cold, and then you go back to your computer and you're like, right, here we go. I'm gonna write an essay on this place, 2 stars.
You know, now I feel kind of bad, like a terrible citizen that I'm making fun of this a little bit. Maybe I should like make a pact to do this. You know what I mean? Like we're a local show. I mean, the wizards of the federal government, who knows what they're doing, but dang it, we're tapped into Denver, you
Mhm.
know? There are some local things. I would really like to see a big initiative to clean up Sloan's Lake, and to Sloan Lake, make sure that those bluegill that they pump in there every spring aren't dead by July 15th. You
There,
know,
there you go.
I'm gonna write a letter,
Do it.
get this organized. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that they've made some been doing some things. I need to get to the bottom of this because they planted a bunch of like water plants. I saw on like the west side of the lake. There's like kind of like a patchwork of different maybe they're lilies or something, but you can tell that they're like farming something out there, you know. And maybe that's to stop the algae blooms. I know like in small ponds and stuff, you can put like I think like alfalfa or some kind of like dried grass that will help with algae blooms, and that'll help too. But I'm not a biologist by any means, but like you can tell like there's just not enough water in and out of there. It just gets too cooked in the summers and it's too shallow, you know.
Interesting.
I need a big dig 20-foot trench in Sloan's Lake initiative. It's gonna be the title of my letter.
Dig a 20-foot trench in Sloan's Lake. I love it.
You get 20 feet deeper. Yeah, Sloan's Lake is like, it's like 5 feet deep, you know.
Interesting. Yeah, that's not very deep at all for a
Yeah.
lake.
It's a sensitive area. My kid's a little bit older now, but when we used to walk around there pretty regularly, there was two events that happened. You know, one was we saw a dead dog that was washed up on us. It was terrible. That
Oh,
was bad. And then the other was like the big fish die off. It's just disconcerting when you see like thousands of fish floating belly up in the stench.
yeah.
It's unsightly.
Especially as a kid.
Yeah, I know. That's so
Addict
sad.
to see something like that.
It's bad luck and very minimum.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So on the newsletter today, I'm also going to list all of the outdoor fun, sports, and fitness done this week, and then we'll have those all listed on the website as well. And then I figure this is probably a good time that we can get into our feature. We are going to feature our Thanksgiving special. So we're going to do buy, sell, hold picks for Thanksgiving classic dishes: turkey, pumpkin pie. Found out the foods we're doubling down on, which we're ready to ditch, and which ones we're keeping in the lineup. Troy, I love this.
Yeah, I think with it seems like the reoccurring theme the last couple of weeks has been, we've been watching for the Bitcoin all-time high and this surge of crypto. So
Nice.
that same terminology with our Thanksgiving food.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start with the first dish, and we'll go your way.
Okay.
Okay, turkey, white meat, dark meat, drumstick. How you feeling?
For me, I think turkey. It definitely white meat. Drumstick, dark meat aren't really in the consideration for me. White meat for me is a hold. I'm not rushing to buy it and I'm not selling it, but I'm going to hold on to it because it's an essential, fundamental part of the meal. Not the favorite part of the meal, but you can't have Thanksgiving without it, really. So that's a solid hold for me.
Sold on all three?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going hold on the white meat. I'll sell the dark meat. Don't need that.
Yeah. Very close to selling the dark meat for me as well.
Nice. White meat, you got to hold. You got to hold there.
Mhm.
Dark meat, if we got a little bit of gravy, especially a day later, dark meat, delish.
That's
Drumsticks sell. Drumsticks are like made of like splinters, you know?
yeah.
You make that mistake at like the Renaissance fair. You get the drumstick because it looks awesome. It seems like the perfect finger food, but it's just made of splinters and it's not delicious.
Oh. Well, there's only two drumsticks technically at the Thanksgiving, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So who are going to be the lucky drumstick connoisseurs? Not me.
I mean,
Maybe.
sell.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we could sell the drumstick.
All
Uh,
right, Troy, what you got on sides?
all right. So I guess I'll list three sides and we can choose buy, sell, hold. So let's do mac and cheese, mashed potatoes with gravy. And for the third one, should we do veggie or bread? Let's do green beans.
Ooh, okay. Are we talking about green bean casserole?
Let's do any form of green bean. It could be just um, sautéed green beans with bacon, green bean casserole, whatever green bean dish, as long as it involves green beans.
Okay. Okay. So mashed potato, sell. Can't stand it.
Really?
Yeah, sell. I like every other form of potato, but not that. The second, what was the second one?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, can't do it. Sell. Love mac and cheese, can't do it.
What's going on right? This is wild.
Green
Selling
beans,
everything.
Market
uh,
is crashing right now.
I'm bullish on green beans in all their forms. Okay. Tom and I had some green beans in Austin that changed my understanding of what green beans could be.
Mm-hmm.
If I could get some of those, they'd be amazing. But I also like the green beans with butter wrapped in bacon. Like those are really good. And then the classic green bean casserole with like the fried onion and the cream of mushroom on top. Bye. That's at least 2 or 3 trips for me.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know we could do that, but I think you got to buy all of these as well.
Buying all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These are all solid.
For me, I think potatoes and mac and cheese are a clear buy. Yeah, for me, I can never get enough. I'll probably have 2 to 3 servings of those each, especially if it's a good batch. Depends who's making them. But if it comes out right and you have some delicious mac and cheese with like a multi-cheese melted on it with maybe baked so the top's a little crispy. If you have the right mashed potatoes with the right consistency, that's a huge buy for me. Green beans, I think, are a hold. Most Thanksgivings I go to, at least within my family, no one really has an awesome green bean dish. I don't make
Mm.
I don't have a green bean dish I make that's awesome. So I might not just that might be an environmental thing. Depends on where I'm at. But I think where I'm going to be for Thanksgiving this year, green beans are a hold for me, not a sell. I won't be passing that option, but I think it's a hold.
Half a spoon on the plate, just like give it a sixth or a seventh of the plate.
Yeah, you got to have some greens on the plate. You can't just go straight dairy carbs.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I got one. Cranberry sauce, and this is either traditional or the can, the Jello. Stuffing, and whether it's stuffing or dressing, which one do you say? And then how about yams? Candied, baked, roasted, hot form. What do you got?
I think I'm gonna rug everyone on this. I'm selling all of it.
Oh,
Yeah. I not okay, take it back. I'll hold stuffing. Stuffing I can do. Yams selling too sweet. I'm not a fan of the marshmallows and yams. It's just too much. Cranberry sauce again. I've never had a cranberry sauce that I was like, "Wow, this is bomb." I know you're known for your cranberry sauce. I get your thing. So maybe that would change everything for me. So I might need to try that. But for now, it's a sell on the yams, sell on the cranberry. And I'm gonna hold the stuffing because I can do a couple spoonfuls of stuffing. Unless it's like that Stouffer's like premix stuffing or whatever. That's
yeah,
so it has to be like some legit quality stuffing.
yeah.
Even then it's still a hold for me. I feel
Stovetop is like such a unique taste. I can taste it right now. What is that? What is that flavor? I don't know.
it's like the mix. It's like a mix, like a pre-made.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just
yeah.
good.
Is there a difference between stuffing and dressing? Or is it the same thing, just pronounced different?
I mean, when I think of dressing, I think of like vinaigrette or like a for a salad.
Salad dressing for sure. But I think it might be a Southern thing that they just call stuffing dressing. It could be the original Westminster minister battle right there. Um, I'm with you though. I'm selling stuffing. I can't eat it. God dang it. The whole gluten thing really, it's terrible. It's terrible, especially this time of year. Cranberry sauce. Oh, bye. Bye. Love cranberry sauce. Although I don't like to see the cranberry and walnuts in the stuffing/dressing. Not a fan there. I'd rather just have like straight up, you know. Um,
Sounds not good to me. Cranberry walnuts inside of stuffing.
yeah, no. Don't quit Frenching it up, okay? Like we're going like back to the basics with this, and then yams, I'm with you. Candied yams, dude, way too much. Do not want candy on the plate. It throws the whole chemistry. The whole balance of the whole plate is lopsided.
Right.
I've been tasked with doing yams, this year, and I'm just like, dude, what if I did scalloped yams, or what if I did yam fries? That would be kind of a fun play, right?
I could get behind that. I could get
What if people were really excited? You could do with like the candied yams, you could do yams fries and then do like a salt and pepper shaker of like some powdered sugar. Like, hey, there you go.
yeah.
But I
That
guarantee you put some ketchup right there. So they're going to be excited about that. That could be fun.
yeah, that just sounds that's sweet potato fries, basically. That
Yeah.
sounds I would eat that for
The
sure.
problem is though, that's going to be somebody's dish. And they're going to be like, dude, what's this? I'm like, it's a modern take on candied yams. They're like, dude, these are sweet potato fries with sugar on it. And now they're bummed out. And I blew it. You know,
Yeah.
do you, how much leeway do you go? How
You,
far do you take it?
yeah. You got to please the rest of the Thanksgiving attendees.
This is true.
Be
This is
selfish.
true. All right. What else you got, Troy?
I guess we can do I guess we'll do desserts. So let's do pumpkin pie, apple pie, and what's one more common dessert that we can do? Something different than pie. So let's see. Pumpkin pie, apple pie. Um, what do people eat? Cherry pie, pecan pie. Is there anything besides pies that are common on Thanksgiving? Let's go.
I mean, you could go cobbler, but I mean, is that pie family? Is that
Yeah.
the pie genus?
What about cake? What about carrot cake? No, let's do cheesecake. There's always someone who brings a cheesecake, I feel like. So let's go pumpkin pie, apple pie, cheese.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going by on all pie.
Mhm.
If I'm taking the gluten hit, it's going to be on the pies.
Okay.
And then cheesecake. Mm, if we're doing key lime,
Okay.
is that a cheesecake technically?
I think they have key lime cheesecake. Yeah, I think
I
so.
think so. I think that is. I'll go with that. But if it's like chocolate, chocolate cheesecake, not a big fan. Cake in general, not a fan.
Okay. I
I'm
feel like
sell. I'm
key
sell on
lime,
cake.
key lime cheesecake would be a very random item to bring to a Thanksgiving.
It would. Is key lime, is that more of a spring?
I don't know. Yeah, it feels like it just feels springish to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yep. It's from Florida, so it gives me tropical, warm feeling vibes thinking about cheesecake, not warm or not cold fall and cozy. So,
agreed. Agreed.
yeah, for me, pumpkin is definitely a buy. Huge buy. Can't get enough of that. Um, and then apple pie, sell apple pie. I'm not a huge fan. Just doesn't do it for me. Something cinnamon apples have never been like a top flavor for me that I'm a fan of. And then if someone brings a cheesecake, I'm gonna hold it because I just love cheesecake. I'll eat it any occasion, anywhere. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. That's always a hold for me.
Dude, shout to two places for their pies, Marzix and Tony's Market. These are like $25 pies. You get out of there spending $100 on pie for Thanksgiving, but dang, is it worth it? On the fruit pies. Now they got a berries of the forest pie. Ooh, good. But if you want pumpkin, I'm just put this out there. Costco. Costco has the best pumpkin pie in the game. It's like 12 inches in diameter, and it's like $7.
Yeah, the Costco pumpkin pie is always a staple. So every Thanksgiving party has it. Almost every Thanksgiving party. It's someone brings it. It's always sitting there, and I don't think anyone's eating that whole thing. Doesn't matter how many people are there.
No, it's the jam. It's just so good. All right. How about bread? We got pumpernickel, we've got Hawaiian rolls, and we got the miniature croissants.
Mhm. Okay, buying Hawaiian rolls, those are essential. Everyone's throwing two, three of those on their plate at least.
Got to.
Toasted with a little butter. Pumpernickel, I'm gonna sell because I've never eaten that at Thanksgiving before.
Huh?
And I think mini croissants I'm gonna buy. That's a nice like pre-meal charcuterie board, the fruits out, the meats, the cheeses, the little fruits, vegetables. There's some mini croissants laying there. I'll definitely snag one or two of those. So that's a hold for me.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'd go. I'm so bread starved. I'd go just buy on all of them. I just go completely ham with the right amount of butter.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
But then you're gonna sell the gluten intake right away.
yeah, I know. I know you got to wait. You got to make the sacrifice. Maybe you set a primer with beer.
Mhm.
Set a beer primer, and then the gluten can't hurt you. I've heard that that's medically true.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you just set a beer primer, 2 or 3 of those, then you're good. You're fine.
Wow. All right. All right. Well, lastly, let's do beverages then.
Okay.
We'll do beer.
Okay.
Let's do whiskey. So any form of whiskey or slash bourbon. So whiskey, any form of whiskey bourbon, whether it's a hot toddy on the rocks, whatever you want to have it, old fashioned. And then let's do the third one. Let's just do sparkling wine.
Yes.
I feel like it's very common Thanksgiving.
Yes.
All right. So beer, whiskey slash bourbon, or sparkling wine.
Okay. Okay. I'm bullish on all 3, particularly this year. I've had uh uh Thanksgiving dinners in the past with family members that are on the wagon. Happy to take one for the team and, just have water. That's fine. No big deal. But this year, booze is back on the menu. So I'm thinking like, start a couple of beers. I'd also like to point out I have 2 drivers now, 2 teenage drivers, DD all
Nice.
day.
Those years of driving to school and events and sports and everything is now finally paying off.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. Like, all right, well, dad's gonna have a couple beers with the game, kids. You're driving home. So yeah, you got to start with a couple of IPAs. Like this is fall. We're wearing sweaters. Like, let's get something that punches you in the mouth a little bit, like a nice double IPA.
Yes.
And then before the meal, sparkling white. That sounds absolutely delicious. And then afterwards, as you're making your way over to the game, then old fashioned. Old
Mm,
fashioned slash hot toddy comes in once you're home and it's time for bed. Hot toddy. That's how I'm going.
yes. The third NFL game's on of the day. You're barely holding your eyes open. Hot
Yeah.
toddy, full as can be. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna buy beer. IPAs definitely will have a few of those. Buy bourbon slash whiskey. Definitely gonna make some hot toddies with like a cinnamon stick in there, some lemon. Um, I'm gonna hold white wine, not a big or sparkling wine, not a big sparkling wine fan. Maybe I'll have a couple sips of Martinelli's just because.
Ooh, yeah. Dude, Martinelli's
Yeah. So
crush.
that would be my substitution for sparkling wine.
They got a sparkling Martinelli's, right?
I thought Martinelli's is default sparkling.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
I could be wrong. I thought it was.
It was nothing like, you're 12 years old and you're getting your wine glass poured with Martinelli's. It's pinkies up all meal, you
Yeah.
know.
Apple soda.
It's very sophisticated.
Yeah. It's delicious.
Nice. All right. Good. Good. I love that, Troy. That's amazing. Yeah. How about highlights? You got any highlights from last week, buddy?
I guess my Christmas tree setup. This is the earliest I've ever set up a Christmas tree in my life. It's way too early for me. I don't think you should have a Christmas tree till after Thanksgiving. Like I haven't even had a chance to enjoy Thanksgiving yet. I'm already in the mindset of Christmas. Um, but the girlfriend wanted one, so we went on Sunday and we picked out the perfect little tree. We got it all set up, lights and everything, about a month and a week early. So
Nice.
counting it down.
Dude, I'm always, speaking of bullish, I'm always bullish on A+ domestication. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're prepared for the holidays. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, you feel your life's put together when you have a Christmas tree in the living room.
Totally. To that too, Whole Foods always has an unpublished Black Friday Christmas tree sale. They're like $50. And you can get
Really?
that. Yeah, you can get a nice spruce,
Noble fir?
noble fir. I don't know. Those are the expensive ones, aren't they? The blue ones?
Yeah, the noble firs are a little bit more pricey. They have they're less messy and like the branches are a little more sturdy.
You ever hear this hack to ensure that it doesn't turn into a tinderbox by the tree that is by Christmas? You put 7 Up in the base. You ever
Really?
heard that?
Like mixed with water or just 7 Up?
No, you mix it up a little bit, maybe half and half.
No, I've never heard of that.
Give it a shot, man. I don't know if it works because I've been doing it so long. I don't really have a good test basis.
Keeps the tree like lush and green looking.
Yeah, it's supposed to keep it a little bit more hydrated.
Huh. I wonder was that like the sugar? Or I don't know what would be in there that would do that. That's crazy.
I know it probably comes from the time when like 7 Up was used to cure everything. It was like a
Mhm.
tonic.
Go. I don't even remember the last time I saw 7 Up at a store. It's just like Sprite now. Does it matter if it's 7 Up or Sprite?
Or Starry. What's that?
That's the new one the kids are drinking. I don't know. I don't know
These
anything.
kids with their Starry. I wonder if you just went straight up Gatorade. I mean, if we're talking about like electrolytes and hydration,
Yeah, I'll just make a Gatorade, make a an emergency and pour it in there.
Pedialyte Christmas tree,
Yeah,
you
I'll,
know.
I'll pour something in there.
Nice. Nice. I got a shout out. I had a great lunch slash dinner with my boy who turned 16 last Saturday. So we went up to the Lariat Lounge Brewing Company in Evergreen, and it
Nice.
was awesome. The food was great. They had green chili fries. We went kind of ham. What else did we have? We had the Brussels sprout salad. We had the loaded fries. We had the deviled eggs, and there was one other thing, and all of the dishes were delish. We went up there to watch the game, the Buffs game, and left at halftime, and but had a wonderful time out there. Big patios. Evergreen's so cool and funky. You know, like the whole town was like built in the 70s by hippies. So there's like houses that are built on rocks and like geodesic domes everywhere.
Nice.
Super cool energy in that place. Had a great time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I remember my 16th birthday like it was yesterday. It's
I
crazy.
know.
I'm
Can you
fly.
believe it? He's all grown up, man.
Yeah, it's wild. That's
It's
wild.
unbelievable. Shout out to him. Shout out to my dad, whose birthday was the day before. Shout out to me, whose my birthday's on Thursday this year. In the Estes family, like Thanksgiving time is just my dad, me, and my son. It's so weird. We're all within 6 days of each other,
Nice. Awesome.
which means I get completely overlooked, and that's just fine. When Grandpa and Junebug are both, it's their birthdays, you know, you get a little bit overlooked, and that's perfectly fine. We're not counting birthdays anymore over here. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Not about that life.
yeah, it's all right. You get the 2 for 1, the double celebration. So
Totally. Nice. Anything else, Troy?
no, I think that's it. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Looking forward to a nice, relaxing weekend with family, hopefully. Lots of football, some good food, and happy early birthday, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, man. I
Oh
appreciate it. And
yeah.
on behalf of Troy, Tom, I hope you feel better, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for making it happen today. You're the man.
No problem. Hopefully recovered by Thanksgiving time so I could eat.
Yeah.
No doubt. Or at least
Allergic,
taste it.
air flu. You'll be good in no time.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Shout out to you listeners. Definitely check out realgooddenver.com. Lots of updates coming to the website and some fun interviews on the way. Thanks so much, guys.
All right. Talk soon, everyone.
See
There
ya.
y'all.